In a world where honor can get you killed, Episode 4 of A Night of the Seven, Kingdoms quietly turns into one of the most emotionally intense chapters of the story so far. And it all starts with a man sitting alone in a dark cell, wondering if doing the right thing was the biggest mistake of his life. Dunk isn't the confident dreamer we met earlier in the season. The tournament that once felt like a golden opportunity now feels like a cruel joke. The camera lingers on the empty space around him, the silence pressing in, reminding us just how small one honest man can feel when the entire world turns against him. The visuals echo earlier moments of hope, but now those same reflections feel cold and distant. His dreams of glory have collapsed into doubt, fear, and loneliness. When your only companion is a tiny creature scurrying across the floor, you know the fall has been brutal. Then comes the emotional gut punch. Egg reveals who he truly is. Not just a clever kid tagging along, but a prince carrying one of the most powerful names in Westerosi history. The weight of that name isn't just about royalty. It's about expectations, legacy, and the burden of a bloodline tied to conquerors' tragedies, and kings who change the course of the realm. Egg isn't trying to flex his status. He's terrified of losing the one genuine friendship he's found. Dunk, on the other hand, feels betrayed. The trust they built suddenly looks fragile, and their bond teeters on the edge. It's messy, it's emotional, and it's painfully human. Meanwhile, the political chessboard begins to move. Prince Baelor steps into the story with a calm presence that immediately changes the tone. He's powerful, respected, and deeply conflicted. His position forces him to balance loyalty to family with loyalty to the ideals he swore to uphold as a knight. That tension becomes the heartbeat of the episode. Every word he speaks feels like a careful calculation. But beneath that is a man genuinely trying to do what's right in a world that punishes integrity. The stakes escalate when Dunk faces the harsh reality of his situation. A conventional punishment would be brutal and humiliating, so instead, the story leans into one of the oldest traditions in Westeros, trial by combat. But this isn't just a duel. It becomes something far more dangerous, a trial of 7. A ritual soaked in history, religion, and spectacle. Suddenly, this isn't just about Dunk's survival. It's about legacy, pride, and the dangerous allure of glory for everyone involved. And that's where the episode becomes fascinating. It explores what knighthood really means. Is it about noble birth, perfect skill, or is it about standing up when no one else will? The show quietly challenges the idea that titles equal honor. We see powerful men treating justice like a game, while the so-called nobody, the hedge knight with nothing, becomes the only one consistently trying to protect the vulnerable. As Dunk searches for allies, the emotional tone shifts again. Hope appears, then disappears, then reappears in unexpected ways. Some knights offer support for reasons that feel shallow: fame, revenge, pride. Others hesitate, afraid to challenge royal authority. The tension grows because every decision carries enormous consequences. The room feels heavy with politics and personal agendas, reminding us that bravery isn't always rewarded in this world. Then we meet Daron, a character who adds another layer of complexity to the story. He's haunted, disillusioned, and hiding behind humor and self-destruction. His presence introduces a subtle but powerful theme: the crushing expectations placed on royal children. While some chase glory, others drown in the pressure of being born into greatness. His conversations reveal how deeply fractured this family is, and how personal pain often hides beneath royal arrogance. The episode also leans heavily into symbolism. Objects that once represented hope now carry darker meanings. The shield Dunk carries becomes more than a piece of armor. It's a reflection of his identity. Is he truly the knight he wants to be? Does honor still matter when the system itself feels corrupt? Through quiet conversations with ordinary Pippa Smith, a friend, a stranger, the show reminds us that heroism is often recognized most by the small folk, rather than the powerful. As the trial approaches, the atmosphere changes dramatically. The colorful energy of the tournament grounds is gone, replaced by cold mist and muddy earth. It feels less like a celebration and more like an execution waiting to happen. The cinematography mirrors Dunk's mental state, hope struggling to survive beneath the weight of fear. The assembling of Dunk's team becomes one of the episode's strongest emotional arcs. Each new ally adds tension and unpredictability. Some seek redemption, some revenge, and some just want to test themselves against legendary opponents. The process reveals how fragile alliances can be. Promises shift, loyalties wobble, and betrayal hits when Dunk can least afford it. One moment you think he's saved, the next he's on the verge of collapse again. And here's where the episode delivers one of its most powerful emotional punches. Dunk is forced to confront the truth about what makes a knight. It's not a title or a ceremony. It's a choice. Every time he stands up for someone weaker, he embodies the ideals others only pretend to follow. The contrast between Dunk's humility and the arrogance of the powerful becomes almost poetic. The tension peaks when Dunk faces a crowd full of knights who know the truth about what happened, yet hesitate to step forward. Fear of politics, fear of consequences, fear of going against the crown. His speech isn't polished or heroic in the traditional sense. It's raw, desperate, honest. And that honesty cuts deeper than any sword. It forces everyone watching, both characters and audience alike, to ask themselves what they would do in his place. Then, just when it feels like all hope is lost, a surprising figure makes a decision that changes everything. It's a moment built on earlier moral conflict, paying off the emotional groundwork laid throughout the episode. That choice doesn't just save Dunk from immediate defeat. It restores a sense that true honor can still exist, even within a broken system. By the end, the episode transforms from a story about a single man's survival into something much bigger. It becomes a meditation on courage, family, loyalty, broken dreams, and the dangerous allure of power. The emotional highs and lows mirror the chaotic nature of Westeros itself, where a single act of kindness can spark war, and one brave decision can redefine what it means to be a hero. And perhaps the most powerful takeaway is this: Dunk never set out to become a legend. He just wanted to be a decent person in a world that rewards cruelty. Yet by choosing compassion again and again, even when it threatens his life, he proves that heroism isn't about destiny or prophecy. It's about standing up when everyone else sits down. Episode 4 doesn't rely on massive battles or shocking twists to keep us hooked. Instead, it builds tension through character, emotion, and moral complexity. Every conversation carries weight, every choice feels dangerous, and every moment pushes Dunk closer to the ultimate question: is honor worth the cost? As the stage is finally set for what comes next, we're left with a powerful mix of dread and anticipation. Alliances have formed, loyalties have been tested, and the quiet hedge knight who once dreamed of glory now stands at the center of one of the most dangerous trials Westeros has seen in generations. If this episode proves anything, it's that sometimes the smallest night casts the longest shadow. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the Seven Kingdoms.